Hello everyone, I invite you to every Friday cryptocurrency review. Let's start by checking the current situation on BTC in the USDT pair, taking into account the 1-hour interval. First, we will mark the local sideways trend channel with blue lines. But here inside the channel we can see a strong downward trend line. It is worth turning on the EMA cross 10 and 30 indicator at this point, where you can see the place where the red EMA cross 10 line crossed the green EMA cross 30 line from above, which confirmed the local downward trend. Now we can move on to marking support areas in the event of a correction. And here, first of all, you can see the support zone from $51,128 to $50,614, which is located right at the lower border of the channel and in the place of the current price. However, if we fall below this zone, we could see a quick downward move towards the support level of $49,165. Looking the other way, we can determine resistance locations in a similar way using the fib retracement tool. First, resistance is visible at $52,095. And then we have a very strong resistance zone from $52,494 to $52,994, which is located at the upper border of the channel. If we look at the RSI indicator, we can see a downward trend from which the indicator is bouncing, while the stock indicator shows a movement near the lower limit, which brings the price to a lower level, but here it may result in a trend reversal. As the second chart in today's overview, we will check ETH in pair with USDT on a 4-hour time frame. Let's start by defining, using the yellow lines, the upward trend channel from which we can observe how the price begins to break down. Moreover, it is worth saying that such a bottom exit from the channel often results in a price movement by the height of the channel. In this situation, let's now move on to marking the support places. To mark supports, we will use the trend-based fib extension tool. And here you can see how the price is struggling at the support zone from $2,907 to $2,872. But if the zone is broken, you can see how another strong support at $2,771 is in the previously designated place. Looking the other way, we can similarly mark places where the price should encounter resistance on the way up. And here the first resistance is visible at the price of $2,971, and before further increases, the price will again have to face the resistance zone from $3,040 to $3,075. When we look at the RSI indicator, we will see a rebound movement, but here there is room for further correction. Similarly, on the stock indicator we are in the lower part, with room for further recovery. Next we will move to the DOT chart, taking into account the 1-day interval. We will start by identifying the downward trend line from which the price came out on top and created a local uptrend channel, in which it is currently struggling to stay inside the channel. Further, after unfolding the trend-based fib extension grid, you can see the first significant support at the level of $6.79, then the second support at the level of $5.93, and then the third very strong one at the price of $5.31. Looking the other way, we can similarly determine the resistance areas that the price must face. And here we see that currently the price has been rejected by the resistance at the level of $8.05. It still has to face the resistance zone from $8.95 to $9.40 so that it can grow further towards the level of $10.74. Please look at the RSI indicator, because, like the stock indicator, there is a visible recovery and both indicators show room for a deeper correction. The last one on today's list is the XRP in pair with USDT on a one-day time frame. It is worth starting here by identifying a very strong upward trend line on which the price is currently based. Additionally, we can locally determine the downward trend line, which, combined with the uptrend line, creates a triangle in which the price is approaching the exit direction. Going further, we can move on to marking support areas when the correction begins to deepen. And here you can see how we entered a very strong support zone from 53 cents to 42 cents. If the price drops below this zone, we may see the price return to the recent lows of 29 cents. Looking the other way, we will unfold the fib retracement screen again, thanks to which we can see a very strong resistance at the level of 94 cents. However, here we will spread the grid also taking into account the last downward move, which shows how the price must first overcome the resistance at 62 cents. And then the second resistance around 74 cents, before moving towards the third resistance. It is worth looking at EMA cross 50 and 200, because it indicates a dangerous situation. You can see how the yellow EMA cross 50 line is falling and is on the verge of crossing the blue EMA cross 200 line, which would confirm a return to a strong downward trend. Looking at the RSI indicator, we can see a strong downward trend and a renewed fight against the trend line, under which there is still room for a price drop. However, on the stock indicator, we are moving at the lower limit, which, despite a possible decline, may result in a change in the trend in the coming weeks. Technical analysis is provided by a third party and for informational purposes only. It does not reflect the views of CryptoDaily, nor is it intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, or financial advice.